I figure everyone else is doing these reviews on these Jackson Coosa HD, so I'll throw mine in. I've been fishing out of a kayak now for almost a year. Truly enjoy it. My first ride was the Dagger's Eye Echo. It's 11.5 foot or 11 foot, whatever. Sit-in style. Great kayak. Not really conducive for fishing, although you can do it. But again, great paddling boat. You really can't go wrong with this, and for the price point, it's great. I added my little upgrades on here, but again, try to put my Yak Attack rail on here to put my fishing rod holder. It worked, but a friend of mine had a fishing style kayak, and he really convinced me that this is the way to go. He didn't even have to convince me. I just saw the way he was fishing out of it, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I should upgrade. So looked for a while, looked at the, it was actually between two boats, this and the Feel Free Lure 11.5. Great boat. They're both great boats, but I opted for this just because, you know, it's a Jackson. You really can't go wrong with Jackson. The build quality is unbelievable. Heavy, I'll give you that. But so is the Feel Free Lure. But again, it's a fishing kayak. You don't buy it for how lightweight it is. You buy it for the performance and the features. So without any further ado, I will go ahead and just kind of briefly talk about what I did, my little upgrades. Not really going to go in depth with everything because there's a lot of great YouTube channels out there that goes through all the accessories and stuff, but I'll point out the stuff that really sold me on the boat. One being the front storage on here. It is massive. I love how it springs and flips toward the front of the boat so you can easily access. And the room in here is just, it's monstrous. I plan on doing a lot of camping out of this, so I'm absolutely sure all my stuff's going to fit in here with room to spare. The way it's designed, how it slopes up, and the cover, again, covers this slope. I'm sure it's not going to be 100% waterproof, but it's a lot more waterproof than the I guess the Tupperware style hatches that are out there. But again, throw your stuff in a dry bag, you will be good to go. Little things like this, little pull tabs, make it real nice. I mean, again, really they spared no expense when they put these things together, and they thought a lot of things through. Center console, love it. A lot of guys remove it, especially fly fishermen. To me, I love it. The ability to store my battery, my transducer, keep everything hidden. It's wonderful. The battery pack I have here is that Nakua, whatever you want to call it. They're about 90 bucks, but unbelievable. Love it. Charges fast. It runs my Lowrance. I have a, what the heck is it? Elite 5 Chirp. Great fish finder. The fish finder is actually mounted on this Ram fish finder mount, and it's got, I don't know if you can see that or not, but a specific mount that fits the Lowrance fish finders. But anyways, I digress. Very clean, very compact. This is waterproof, runs through. I bought the Lowrance scupper hole transducer mount. Real quick, when mounting this, be very careful. And I'm talking about when you're attaching the transducer to this mount. It's very difficult. I actually ended up cracking mine. I had to use a bottle of JB Well, not an entire bottle, but you know what I'm saying. Glue it together, let it sit for a couple days, and it was fine. Mounted it up through here, and it's great because the transducer does tuck up underneath the kayak, so it will be protected from rocks and debris and what have you, logs. Don't use the fish spool doohickey here, but I think it's a great idea. Dry bag here. I keep, well, let's see here. We keep Well, I got a lure here, but I keep my registration in this waterproof bag. I keep my phone in here. I have a Note 4 from Galaxy, or Samsung I should say. It fits in there perfectly. So any large phone will fit in there. And again, I wouldn't say it's 100% waterproof, but I guess we'll find out if I ever flip this boat, which I don't intend to, but you never know. Foot pegs slide back and forth very easily, just a little button right here that you press. One thing I'm very fortunate, the kayak, because it was 2015, did come with the Buck Knives splitters. This thing's awesome. It's like $100 and it came with the kayak. I think the 2016 model does not come with this, which it's kind of unfortunate because it really is a nice tool, but you will get the fish grips on the 2016 model. Again, great tool. I've already used it on the pike. Saved my fingers from getting bitten. Tucks up underneath here. The rod holders I went with, it actually comes with one Zuka tube. I like these, so I bought a second one. The one thing I like about it is they're pretty versatile what they can do. You can actually flip it down and tighten it, and then I have my what do you want to call it? The Yak Attack, whatever pole, stakeout pole. And the nice thing about it is I can just try to remove this thing. Pretty tight fit. Oh, there we go. You can set it inside here and stake out in mud. And this thing works great in rocky situations, though, in rocks and stone, not so well, but it'll catch eventually, and then you'll stop. There's a video I have posted of me on the Cuyahoga River using this, and you can see the water flowing by me, and it does a good job. I think in mud it's going to be great fishing in lakes. The seat, unbelievable. Love this thing. You got so many different positions. You can trim the boat out how you like. The thermarest, thought it was a gimmick, but this thing is great. Adjustment on this is very simple. The paddle I went with is the Bending Branches Angler Classic, but it's the Plus Edition. And this one, I don't know if you could see, adjusts from 240 to 255 centimeters. All you got to do is just twist it, and then you see you can feather it infinitely how you want to adjust the length of this, because again, when you're in a kayak like this where you have multiple seating positions, this is invaluable. You can make it short when you're in the low position, and then when you're up high, you just adjust it how long you want it, and then you'll reach that water, and your paddle stroke won't be awkward because you're sitting in a different, higher position. Plus the width of the boat too, it's a lot wider than your typical kayak. So this thing's awesome. Plus it's got a fish hook remover, and I thought this was a gimmick, but believe it or not, I've already used it twice and retrieved my hook. So God bless them for whoever thought of that. It's a great it's a great feature. Okay, moving along. I ended up outfitting this with the Yak Attack black box, or black pack, I should say. This thing is cool. How I rigged this, I don't know if it's going to come out or not. You have the adjustable bungees on your rear tank wall, but I wanted something a little bit secure, so I kind of tied it off and crisscrossed to each one of these latches on either side. And I'll show you on this side here too. I think this way, and it's pretty easy to remove, but I think this way it's just makes a nice snug fit. People have their own preference of how they do it. That's how I did mine. Bought this too, the Visicarb. I know a lot of people make homemade ones, and it's fine. I feel with this, it's I think it's worth the money. This is its own carrying handle. The light is I wouldn't say it's super bright, but I mean it's enough for other boats to see you. I guess if you wanted more light, you can carry a headlamp at nighttime. The seat has these the Jackson Plano boxes. I guess a complaint of mine is just, I guess, the way this latch is. It's kind of I guess they can come with a better way of latching it, because to me, this thing will slide down and it undoes itself. Again, not a big complaint. I guess, I don't know. Jackson, if you're listening, I guess a different type of clipping system would work a little bit better than that, but it's fine. The Coosa does come with a Panfish GoPro mount, which I guess is, the original one is a lot longer than this. This is what my local kayak shop gave me in its place, which I love this thing, because this thing actually, it's shorter, and I think the camera views are a lot better. You're not so high, and it's a lot stable. You know, it's not like as wobbly as the 6-foot pole or whatever the one they give you. But nonetheless, the back of the kayak, there's nothing really I did anything different in here. Again, the tank wall back there is nice and huge too, but I probably won't even utilize that. But love the fact that it comes power pole ready, or micro power pole ready. I definitely want to get that. A little bitter about the price, but I think it's an ingenious system. And that's really about it. Any negatives about the boat? I would say, again, the way these bungees clip on to hold. I mean, it works. Maybe I'm just being a baby, but a couple times I'm like trying to latch, and it's, you know, but once it catches, it catches. I know for 2016 they did upgrade the foot decking. Now I've taken this boat out twice, but you can see already it's starting to wear here. You got a tear here. This, I guess, if you're wearing neoprene shoes, or if you're barefoot, you won't tear it up. I did go out in December, so I was wearing hip waders. So maybe that, just the heaviness of the hip waders and the hard rubber kind of chew this up. But again, you can always get this replaced. These aren't expensive. But other than that, any other complaints? No, not really. I think this thing is fantastic. Would I buy another one after this? Yeah, I mean, I can't see one better than this. The big rig is great. I think it's huge. I don't need something that big. I love the narrowness of this. I love the length. I just pull this in the back of my Honda Ridgeline. I will probably trailer this though. I'm looking at a trailer currently right now. But other than that, this thing is, I cannot wait to use it again. Maybe that's why I'm making this video, because it's just, I'm very excited about the upcoming spring and fishing. So, but any questions or comments, just go right ahead with any of them. And I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks, guys.